Hi Varshaketu, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm well.
Okay. So Varshaketu, we as Downtown Coders inviting you for your first mock interview. So let's begin.
Yes.
Okay. So Varshaketu, can you just tell me about yourself?
Myself, Varshaketu Dadare. I'm from B electrical background. I have completed my graduation from Government College of Engineering, Jalgaon, which is affiliated with North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. After graduation, I worked with Indus Towers Limited for 4 years in telecommunication as a field support engineer.
Okay. So Varshaketu, why you want to into IT field? Because you are from electrical background. So why electronics background? So why you want to change your field?
I I am interested in coding. My interest was in coding, but during placement I got placed in that field, so I was unaware of that telecommunication. So I
Okay.
did there for 4 5 years, and now I'm thinking to switch my job.
Okay. And uh, can you tell me what are your strengths and weaknesses?
Weakness, I get tempered early,
Oh,
and a
okay,
strength, I can manage a team, self motivating, enthusiastic, hard worker,
okay,
keen to learn new things.
okay. So you said you will get tempered early. Then, if you are working in a team, if uh, uh, anytime you got tempered on your colleagues or teammates, so that is not a good thing.
Yes, yes, I know because I worked with a team of 12 people in
Okay,
Indus Towers. So I have
okay,
a better experience how to control myself.
okay, okay. So, as you said, you are keen to learn new things. So, things means like technology, you also like
Yes,
to learn.
yes.
Yes. So, which latest technology you learned means last recently?
Recently, HTML, CSS, this technology is required for front-end developer. I'm
Okay.
learning this.
Okay. And so, so this is about your strengths and weakness. Can you tell me about your hobbies? Hello.
No hobby, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, do you like movies?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Okay. So, uh, can you tell me more about you rather than your that mentioned in resume or you told me before? Any special things about you?
Could I speak in Marathi?
Yes.
म्हणजे मला कोणतंही काम करायची लाज वाटत नाही. मी आता पण
Okay.
शेतामध्ये काही काम असेल तर ती सगळी कामं करतो.
Okay. That is very good. Okay. And can you tell me what is your biggest achievement till now? You think means that you have achieved.
My job, first job is my biggest achievement till now, and this
Okay.
will be the biggest opportunity achievement when I get placed in IT.
Okay. 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 So we'll come to the end of HR round. We'll start technical round.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
Varshaketu, what is HTML?
HTML is a language used to markup web pages. It is known as its full form is hypertext markup language.
And what is an attribute of HTML element?
Attribute. Attribute means exact attribute like SRC, source,
Yes,
target.
yes, yes,
These are attributes.
yes. It gives meta information or extra information about
Yes,
HTML.
it gives information to browser.
Yes, more information about HTML element.
Yes.
Okay. What are the differences between inline elements and block level elements?
Block level elements occupies space of a block. If we create if we create two elements, it will appear on a web page one below second, and in inline it is appear in after one in same row it may appear second.
Okay. And what are the examples of inline elements and block level elements?
For that, division is a block level element, and
Yes,
if
correct.
span is inline element.
Yes. And what are the differences between HTML5 and HTML4?
More features added in HTML5 which were not in HTML4, that tags and means more tags defined, like article, header, footer, section. Then for visibility and audio, video tags introduced.
Yes. Okay. So what happens if we use the HTML5 tags? What are the advantages on means using header, footers tag, audio, video?
It will be easy for a browser user and means web developer and a browser to uh, bifurcate the code. If information is written in header folder, it understands that it is a header of a page. Same if it is
Okay.
in a footer, it will show below the page.
Yes. Means it is used to make SEO friendly,
Yes, yes. Search engine
optimizes.
optimization will be
Yes.
increased.
Yes. Yes. Correct. Okay. So what is CSS?
CSS is CSS is a cascading style sheet. Uh, it is used to decorate or style the elements in HTML.
Yes. Okay. And in how many ways we can apply CSS to an HTML element?
Mostly we can apply in mostly we apply only one, but we can apply in three types. That is inline CSS, embedded CSS, and external CSS.
Yes. And which is having the highest precedence?
Inline CSS has a more specificity than other. It can't be overwritten by other, means embedded CSS or external CSS.
Yes. And in how many ways we can select an HTML element into CSS?
In how many ways means?
Means
Okay,
how to
okay.
select?
How to select the HTML? Do you want selector information?
Yes, 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 yes,
Yes. We can select HTML elements by type, that is tag, like div,
yes, yes.
span, paragraph, p,
Tag selector.
tag selectors. Then
Yes,
class selectors. If any HTML element given with the class name, define its class, then we can start with dot and class name. Same
yes,
like ID. For ID, hash is used.
Yes.
Then there are
Sure.
combinator selectors, attribute
Descendant.
selectors,
Descendant selector.
descendant selectors, parent
Yes.
child
Child.
relationship.
Do you know what is direct child selector? How to select a direct child? Which symbol we use?
Greater arrows.
Yes. Correct. Okay. Okay. And in tag selector, ID selector, and class selector, which is having the uh, most precedence?
Tag selector, ID selector, and class selector. ID selector has more specificity.
Okay. How we calculate the specificity?
We calculate it by the presence of class ID and tag.
Yes, means
Count of
any
ID.
number is there to calculate.
Yes, one means first ID selector, then class
Yes,
selector, then tag selector, and their count will be in the same way count written, and that will be its specificity. If
yes,
ID in any element, uh, in any CSS, if ID is given only one ID, zero class, and only one tag, its specificity will be 101. And if
yes,
ID
correct.
not available, class and tag will be available, then 11 only specificity.
Yes, correct. Okay. So, can you tell me the examples of uh, pseudo classes and pseudo elements? Which are the pseudo elements and which are the pseudo classes?
Pseudo elements and pseudo classes. Last child, first child, nth child.
These are
These are
pseudo
pseudo,
selectors,
and
pseudo classes
pseudo classes focus, hover,
that are pseudo classes. Barabar. Yes,
focus,
and
hover,
pseudo.
uh, visited.
Yes, correct. And which are the pseudo elements?
I'm not exactly remembering. We learn it.
After, before.
Yes, after, before. Pseudo elements, na?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So what is a box model?
Box model is a model which which is having four elements that contain margin, padding, and border. S- Content, space between content and margin border is a padding, and space outside border is margin.
Yes.
And border is known
And
as differentiator of padding and margin.
yes, correct. And uh, what is float?
Float,
Yes.
float right, float left.
Yes. Yes.
Float means we can move the element to specified side.
Yes. Align the element at left side or right side of
Right side.
our page.
English.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So now it's my last question. So what are the differences between CSS and CSS3?
CSS3 has more features than CSS. It is updated version of CSS.
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is not covered in syllabus till now. So I
Yes.
just asked. Okay. Okay. So do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Okay.